following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
All right, welcome. We are joining in progress here the post 400 Astros game and the Loomis-Chaffee Pelicans. It's 0-0 heading into the bottom of the first, and the post 400 Astros are going to be batting next. The Pelicans, I believe, had 4 batters in the top of the first, but they scored no runs, no hits, no errors, and left 1 on base. So that's where we sit right now. So Loomis-Chaffee is the visiting team, so we can give them 1 left on base. We can hit this button to go to the middle of the first, and then we can hit this button here to go to the top of the second here. So bear with me as I go through the music and all that good stuff here. Okay, I need to hit another button here. All right, so what you see, to the best of my knowledge, is correct. I'm not sure if Loomis-Chaffee had any hits or errors in that inning, but I'm not sure if Loomis-Chaffee had hits and the Astros had errors or not. So we'll just leave that at 0-0 for the moment. 3 hours and 7 minutes for the Loomis-Chaffee and Post 400 Stars game that we did. That's probably the longest game that I can remember doing, to be honest with you. This is Demarian Semenko stepping up to the plate here for the Post 400 Astros. I don't have a lineup card for Loomis-Chaffee, so for the Pelican fans tuning in, I'll do my best to give you a genuine, not know who the people playing our broadcast. I'll try and get one maybe between innings here, but we'll do the best we can in the meantime. First pitch in the bottom of the first comes across as a ball to Demarian Semenko. Demarian Semenko, I believe, is playing center field. We'll see when they go out. He'll get a piece of that one. It'll be strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the first. No score. On deck is Jackson Ammerman. So it'll be Semenko and Ammerman. Batters 1 and 2. We'll get the lineup figured out here as the batters step up to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Demarian Semenko. Cool thing is I only had to change the word Stars to Astros. Everything else remained the same from our last game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He got a piece of that. Foul tipped, caught. He's out. So I'll bring up Jackson Ammerman. Malachi Wurmeyer will be the third batter in the lineup here for the Astros. One away on the foul tip caught by Semenko. And now Ammerman, who normally plays shortstop, steps up to the plate. And that pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is low for ball 2. Kind of just off the first base side of home plate here with our camera, so we can get everything that goes into left field, center field, and we might be cut off a little bit by the Astros dugout if anything goes down the first base line, but plays at first should be caught with no problem. So Kevin, thanks for watching. Sorry we couldn't get on the top of the first. If you're just joining in, the Stars game went to 9 innings, and Jackson Ammerman will reach via hit by a pitch. So he's on base now. But as I was saying, the Stars game with Loomis-Chaffee on the other field, about 40 yards behind us here, went into 9 innings. I got over here right as the umpires were actually late, so that bought us a little bit of time, but I couldn't quite get set up in time for the top of the first. So we joined it in the bottom of the first, which is where we're at right now. Stars would fall in that game 14-8 in the 9th inning. 1 ball, no strike. Once again, the runner on first is Jackson Ammerman. And Malachi Wurmeyer is the batter right now here for the Astros. And the pitch. And Wurmeyer will take that a little high and in for ball 2. That comes in for a strike. 2-1 to count. And the 2-1. And that one's fouled up directly behind home plate to the left of our broadcast station here. I'll take 4 hops on the grass and then continue on into a roll. So the fouled away pitch will make it 2 balls and 2 strikes now here for for Malachi Wurmeyer. One away, 1 runner on, 2 balls, 2 strikes on the pitch. Swung on. He'll continue to battle as he fouls that away, and it'll remain a 2-2 count. And that is low and out for ball number 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away, 1 runner on. Let's see if I can get that runner on base for you. There we go. Let me get a view of first base. Don't normally set up off a baseline, but we've done it on a few occasions. So I want to hit to left, and it's going to drift foul. So he'll have to come back and try that one again. On deck for the Astros is Andrew Work. He'll be batter 4 in the lineup, and then it appears Caden North will be batter 5 in the lineup. So payoff pitch number 2 here is the Astro fans encouraging him to battle. And that will be a walk. That'll be ball 4. And he thought about going to third, but he'll put on the brakes. So so now Andrew Work will step up to the plate. Wermeyer on first, Jackson Ammerman on second for the Astros. Here's the windup and the pitch. Pops straight up and good for a strike. 0-1.
Hey, square it up now, bud. Here we go, I'm mid.
And Work will crank that one to right field. And it is going all the way back to the fence, barehanded off a hop. Coming around third is Jackson Ammerman, and he will score, and the Stars up 1-0. So that puts runners on second and third. It is an RBI double for Andrew Work that moves Wermeyer up to third, and now stepping up to the plate is Caden Neuwirth. He normally plays catcher. We'll find out if he plays catcher here, as I don't have a lineup until the next commercial break. I'll probably get a lineup here and get it all figured out, but it looks like I got the batting lineup. I just got to figure out the positions now for the Astros. And of course, with Loomis-Chaffee not having jersey numbers, it's kind of tough to even organize that one. So, but like I said, we'll do the best we can here on their plays. That one fouled back into the left side of the press box. They have an elevated press box inside the fence behind home plate. And when I first saw the field, I thought that it was the third base dugout, because normally it's in the same location as it would be with the first base dugout on any other field. But then I actually had to walk over here, and that's when I noticed the third base dugout is actually right over there, and the press box, or whatever you want to call it, is directly behind home plate. We'll show you that here when the opportunity allows us to do so. 3-1 the count now. Caleb Christensen is on deck. Takes that for a strike. 3-2 the count now. Once again, second and third, the runners for the Astros. And Neuwirth the batter. Full count, 3-2 in the payoff pitch. Swung, foul. Wermeyer at third. Andrew Work at second. The runners on for the Astros. Had an inside the park grand slam in that Stars game. It was the first 4 runs of the game that the Stars scored, courtesy of the bat of Easton Rarick. Got a piece of that. It was caught fall tipped, and he's out as a result. So that's 2 away now, and the new batter will be, that is Caleb Christensen. Caleb Christensen will be followed up by Owen Shannon, who's on deck. So 2 away with 2 on now. Second and third, it's Work on Wermeyer on third, Work on second. And that one will miss for a ball, 1-0.
I heard you. Wow. Let's go, CC. I'm now C.
1-0 pitch, and that one's hit up to right field. And it'll drop inside the line, and coming in to score is Malachi Wermeyer, along with Andrew Work. So they put 2 runs on the board on that RBI single by Caleb Christensen. So now a lone runner on first for the Stars as they take a 3-0 lead. And the pitch is low and out for a ball, and that throw up to first, and there's going to be a little bit of a rundown here. Or are they just going to call, well, they're going to call, I don't know if they called a balk or what they called there, but I guess there will be no rundown. He'll advance to second. And it's no balls, no strikes, I think anyway. And a grounder right back up. Shannon will get thrown out, and they'll end the inning. And they will strand 1 on base. And we'll go to the end of the first here with the Pelicans, or the Astros, up to bat. Pelicans up to bat when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back. Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. All right, welcome back. Here's the Astros lead 3-0 here over the Loomis-Chaffee Pelicans, a team from Connecticut. On the mound here for the Astros is, looks like it's Ashton Renas. I think I said that right. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, and I did say it right. It is Renas. Here's the pitch, and that one's hit well. It'll drop left field. Good for a single. Hit and a runner on for Loomis-Chaffee. One as I'm trying to figure out the positions now here for the Astros. We got Semenko in center field, Renas pitching, and Jack Demers at first. We'll get the rest of them ASAP as that comes in as a strike. It's 0-2. This pitch will be hit out into left field, and that will be another hit and another single, and put 2 runners on now with nobody out here in the top half of the second. Post 400 Astros defeated St. Louis 11-0 in the game right before this one, and then They were supposed to start this game at 7, but apparently there were some umpires who were not on time. I don't know, maybe it was the umpire crew from that 9-inning game. That's why they weren't on time. It kind of looks like the same umpire, but can't say that for sure. 0-1. Renas will deliver, and that's fouled away into the cage in front of the Pelican dugout, and it's good for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes here. Swing and a miss. That is a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Ashton Renas. That'll bring up the next batter here for the Pelicans, and Renas will check the runner on second and deliver, and that pops out of the glove, and now the runners will advance. That one is hit up and it's going towards right field, and they will make the catch. So they'll direct all the runners back to their original bases here, and we have 2 away now in the top half of the second. Yeah, swing and a miss, and that kicks up some dust. 0-1 now the count. 2 runners on, first and second, or check that for second and third for the Pelicans. And that one is going to be fouled away, and they will not be able to make a play on it. Good for strike 2, though, and it's an 0-2 count now here for Renas on the mound. And the pitch fouled away. It'll remain an 0-2 count. This goes right over the backstop behind home plate. And that one's going to be fouled away as well. So 4 pitches, and it remains an 0-2 count here for Renas on the mound. That was a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Renas, and that will end the inning. Top half of 2 is complete, and it's 3-0, and the Stars will exchange gloves for bats, come back out, swinging after the break here on Magnitude. Be right back.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back. It is, let's take a look here. It's Renus, I believe. Jack Demers, excuse me, Jack Demers. And he'll foul the first one off for a strike. And he'll be hit by a pitch, and he'll go to first base as a result. Hosbargen. And now snap throw up to first, and he's safe. Picked off attempt at first. I'm entering the lineup for the Astros. That's why I'm kind of quiet at the moment, but I'll be back in action here momentarily. That one's popped up, and it's caught. Nice grab there by the Chaffee first baseman. It's out number one. Now bringing us back to the top of the order, I believe, with Semenko. Yep. Now it's hit hard by Semenko, and it's mishandled by the shortstop. Semenko will reach base on an error. Now bring up Jackson Ammerman, who's playing second base. All right, I think I'm ready to roll here. Jackson Ammerman, the second baseman. And two runners on base. And Ammerman, a little chopper back, looks at third, turns, spins, makes the throw to first. The runners will advance, and they'll take care of out number two at first base here and leave first base open for a potential force out. Well, I guess that was a poor choice of wording there, because first base is always a force out. If you're coming from home to first, that is. Two away, and I didn't see who snuck up to the plate. Ooh, broken. No, I thought it was a broken bat for a moment. And then it just slipped out of his hand, apparently. he'll reach for that one. It's Wurmeyer at the plate right now. Second and third, the runners. Nobody on first right now. 2 away and outside for a ball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two is low for ball 3, so potentially a pitch away from loading the bases here for the Astros. And on deck is Malachi Wurmeyer. Or no, check that. It's Andrew Work. It's Wurmeyer at the plate right now. And that pitch is low. It's a drop ball, and it'll be bases loaded here for the Astros. Andre Work, the designated hitter, will step up to the plate now with the bases loaded and 2 away and try and pull in 1 or 2 more runs, or maybe even more than that.
Go, Dre!
And that is grounded foul down the first base line for a strike. Had that pitch been elevated a little bit more, he may have been able to keep it fair, but that was a tough one. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That's in for strike 2, maybe? No, I guess not. It's ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-0 lead for the Astros here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union Mortgage Lender scoreboard. And the pitch, and that one hit high, shallow right, and it will drop fair. I thought it dropped foul, and now coming in to score as he kicks up some dust. I believe that was Wurmeyer who scored.
Let's go now, 1-4. You got this, Dad.
Caden Neworth at the plate now. Runners on first and third. And that one is popped up. I lost it in the light, so it appears to be going towards short. And I think even the shortstop lost it in the lights. And scoring is Wurmeyer. And it is now 6-0. 6 runs on 5 hits. And now a visit to the mound here for Loomis-Chaffee, and we'll see if the coach asks for the ball or not. And if you can read lips, you know what's being said right now. I'm pretty impressed. You zoom in slowly, and it's almost as if the chain link fence is not there. But as you zoom out, you see it clearly. First and third, runners for the Astros, up 6-0 now here. The pitch, and that'll be grounded foul right towards the on-deck guy, Owen Shannon. Astros scheduled to play at 10 o'clock tomorrow. The Stars were supposed to have a game at 10 o'clock tomorrow against St. Louis. St. Louis backed out, and now the Stars initially didn't have a game. That one's hit up high, a lofting fly ball to right field, and he cannot make the catch, and it drops foul, and everybody will have to retreat to their original positions. So as I was saying, the Stars had a game against St. Louis at 10 o'clock tomorrow. That was canceled. When that was canceled, we put the Astros game versus Rutgers in its place. But now, after talking to a couple of the coaches, it appears that the Stars might have a 10 a.m. game after all. So here's what I can tell you. We'll have a game at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I just don't know if it'll be the Astros or if it'll be the Stars, but it'll definitely be one of those two teams. So... And a little chopper towards third, and it gets by the third baseman. It gets by the shortstop. Coming in to score is Owen Shannon. That's another hit and another run. I don't know, check that. It's not Owen Shannon. It's Osbargen, excuse me, who scores. And it's now 7-0 as the Astros have plated 4 here in the bottom of the second. And that is a hard hit ball to center field. That's going to score another run. It is an RBI single as runners on first and second. Coming across the plate to score is Chase Lura, and he will score, and it's now 8-0 in favor of the Post 400 Astros. Astros 6-0 on the season right now with that 11-0 win over St. Louis earlier today, and right now so far so good as they look towards 7-0. They have still got a few innings to make that official, but they're in a good shape at the moment. Pitch comes outside for a ball. And that's inside for a ball as well, I think. 2-0, according to my numbers. Scoreboard in the outfield hasn't updated yet. Once again, Jack Demers is the batter. Runners on first and second. Scoreboard says 1-0, so we'll take it back to 1-0. And the pitch, and it is in for a strike. Pitch to Demers, and Demers will foul that one off. Third base side over the Pelicans dugout. Good for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he'll foul off another one. It'll remain a 2-strike count. Weather called for some wind, some potential storms around the 8 o'clock hour, and well, it's a little bit windy now, but it doesn't appear like any. Well, there are some dark clouds kind of rolling in to my right, which I think I'm looking south at the moment. So if it is off to my right, then it's coming in from the southwest. Time is called here by Demers. And Demers' pitch will be up high for ball 4. So it was indeed a multi-ball count like I thought it was, but now the bases are loaded once again here, and this time stepping up to the plate is Caleb Christensen, who had a big hit last time he was up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Nick Hosbargen stepping up to the plate. And now we have another visit to the mound, and that'll be it for that Loomis-Chaffee pitcher. And once again, I don't have a lineup for this team, and so if you're tuning in from the other game where we did have lineups, now you know the difference in how easy or difficult it is to broadcast with or without a lineup. So we'll have a pitching change. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
Signorama of Fargo is the trusted, preferred signage vendor of NDSU athletics. The global leader in the sign and graphic industry, Signorama is the way to grow your business. Competitive prices, free consultations and estimates, signage solutions that fit your budget. Signorama is locally owned and committed to community support. Trusted by the Bison, be a championship business with Signorama. Call or go online at sarvalley.com.
Welcome back. Pitching change here as we're in the bottom of the second inning, and at bat here is Nick Hosbargen. I think. Yes, it is Hosbargen. He's batter number 9 in the lineup. Semenko, Ammerman, Wermeyer, 1, 2, 3. Work, Newarth, Christensen, 4, 5, 6. And Shannon, Demers, Hosbargen are 7, 8, 9 with Renus as the pitcher. And that pitch comes in for a strike, 1-1. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Stars have scored all 5 of their runs here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs on the board. And they're threatening to add to that number here with the bases loaded. Here's the 2-0. That one is going to be fouled out of play. As it appears that the Astros have 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen right now. That's another one chipped away, fouled, and we won 2 balls and 2 strikes apparently. It was 79 at first pitch of the bottom of the first, and now it's 77 here in Vero Beach, Florida. This is the Teamwork Field. The name of the field is Teamwork here at the Jackie Robinson Training Complex. 5 baseball fields, 4 softball fields. 4 baseball fields similar to this one, and then they have the stadium one that is really nice. 3-2, and he goes to first, and that brings in a run. Bases remain loaded, and now Semenko will go to the plate.
Oh, yeah.
2 away, and Demarion Semenko, the center fielder, returns us to the top of the order here for the Astros. Swing and a miss, and Semenko is looking to smack that one, that's for sure. And another swing and a miss, and he's not afraid to swing, we'll put it that way.
Come on, D. Come on, D.
And Semenko will see that one go low, below his knees for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, and the bases are loaded for the Astros, leading 9-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 10-run rule will apply after 5.
Come on, D. Come on, D. Barrett.
And now that 10th run is going to come in. And it will be ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Semenko, and now post 400 Astros with a 10-0 lead here over Loomis-Chaffee. If they keep up this this kind of play here, it's going to be interesting to watch this Astros team throughout the season. Astros and the Stars will be heading down to Iowa, and that is a strikeout, and that will end the 2nd inning of play. But it's been all Astros so far, 10-0 here on the Sean Carlson Town and Country Credit Union scoreboard. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
The Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota is the place for you and your friends to come and enjoy cold drinks, great food, and sports all under a friendly and fun atmosphere. Whether it's the Vikings, Twins, Wild, NDSU Bison, or one of your favorite teams, watch all the games at the Knickerbocker. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 2 a.m. You can find the Knickerbocker at 412 Main Avenue in Hickson, just a 10-minute drive south of Fargo. Take University Drive, head south until you arrive.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 3rd is where we're at. It's a 10-0 lead here for the post 400 Astros, and that pitch comes across as a strike. Ashton Arenas on the mound once again for the Astros, and Well, they are looking to go to 7-0 in 7 games down here in Florida. Want to say hi to Jim, watching from Denver, North Carolina. Certainly appreciate him chiming back in. And what a beautiful night it is here at Teamwork Field. They got the lights on and the trees in the background, even behind the batter's eye. It's very distinctive, and it's probably one of the cooler. I like this field the best out of the ground level fields or whatever. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Ashton Renas. I don't need the camera on all the bases unless they get some runners on bases. So we'll zoom in a little bit here. So one away now here. Defensively for the Astros, it is Renas pitching and then Caden Neuwirth catching as the pitch comes in for a strike there. And then around the bases, you got Jack Demers at first. Second base is Jackson Ammerman. Third base, Malachi Wermeyer. And the shortstop is Caleb Christensen. That pitch comes in, I believe, for a ball. In the outfield is Demarion Semenko in center. In left is Owen Shannon, and in right is Nick Hosbargen. And the pitch, and a little chopper right to first base, and he'll just step on the bag for out number 2. And the Astros making the game of baseball look a little too easy here down in Florida. There was a joke that I made during the commercial break. I was like, what have these guys scored like 140 runs this year in Florida or something like that? And it wasn't quite that many. It's probably inching closer to 40, 45 though in 7 games. So 45 runs in 7 games. That's pretty good. And I think they've only given up like 7 or 8 runs in 7 games. I'll have to go back and look at all the final scores, but I don't think their opponents have hit double digits yet. I guess the previous pitch was a ball instead of a strike, so 2-0. And a little chopper out towards short there. Caleb Christian, no, he won't be able to pick it up. He'll sneak by him, and it'll result in a base hit. Put a runner on. I always hit the add 1 run button instead of the runner on first button, so let's remove that run. 10-0. And a new batter here for the Loomis-Chaffee Pelicans. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss for a strike, 0-1. The only way this could be better is if that chain link fence was not there. That's the only way it would be better. And that one will bounce off the dirt for a ball. That'll even up the count at 1-1. But if you zoom in slowly, it's almost a clear picture, even with the chain link fence there. So. And that one comes in for strike 2. Renas looking for another Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout here as he's down, or up in the count, excuse me. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's one more game tomorrow at 10 a.m. We're not sure if it's the Stars or the Astros. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout, and that ends the top half of 3. We have another stranded on base, and we move to the bottom of the 3rd, and we'll see what the Astros put together when we return after this. Here on the Magnitude Sports Network, be right back.
Do you have a teen ready for driving lessons? Don't know what they need to do or when things need to be done? If busyness keeps you from driving with them, then Gotta Go Driving School is the place to call. Jeff Weber at Gotta Go Driving School has been teaching driving lessons to all age groups since 1991. Call Jeff at Gotta Go Driving. 238-0236. Jeff will tell you to start planning ahead now. Don't wait. Got a new driver? Then it's Gotta Go Driving School. Talk to Jeff or go online at gottagodrivingschool.com.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back. And it is now 10-0 in favor of the Post 400 Astros here in the bottom of the third. And I asked earlier if a 15-run rule after 3 applied, and nobody could give me a clear answer. So should the Astros score 5 runs in this inning, which is certainly possible, 3 in the first, 7 in the second, I guess we'll find out the answer to that question here as we near the last couple days of this Florida getaway, I guess you could call it. Kevin watching from Padre Island in Texas. Thank you so much, Kevin, for watching. And him and his spouse are grandparents of Jackson Ammerman for the Astros. 1 ball, no strike, the count here, and I didn't see who snuck up to the plate. Let's check the roster here. And that one is low for ball 2. It is Jackson Ammerman. Speaking of, it's Jackson Ammerman at the plate. That one's low for ball 3. 3 pitches, 3 balls. I'm not sure if they have a new pitcher on the mound. They might. Loomis-Chaffee, the only team that I'm aware of here with no jersey numbers on their jerseys. So I can't even say number 7, which is something I normally would not say. And he either got hit or is ball 4. Either way, he's to first base, and that'll bring up Malachi Werlemeyer. So nobody out, and the Astros get a runner on base. Pitcher will look over towards first, glare down Ammerman. And Werlemeyer will try and advance him up a base or two, and that pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. And the pitch is inside, caught the edge for a strike, 1-1. And that'll miss for ball 2. So now it's 2 balls and a strike. Jim, yes, the Astros are undefeated on the season. They are currently 6-0, and if they hang on to this lead, they'll be 7-0 after this game's complete. So, yes, they are undefeated at the moment. And as I said a little bit earlier, if they can keep this up after their Florida trip, and we'll see how they do in their 2 back-to-back weekend trips to Iowa, but they're going to be an interesting team to watch throughout the season here if they can keep this up. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. And hard hit ball to third. It's juggled, and he will make it to first. So now there's runners on first and second on another hit for the Stars, and maybe an error, but we'll be nice and we'll give them a hit instead. And there's no official hit error on the scoreboard in the outfield, so it's all up to my particular decision, I guess. And I guess if we're being honest, that was indeed an error. So we'll go ahead and charge an error to the Pelicans. No offense to the Pelican fans. Swing and a miss there. It is Andre Work. 0-1 the count. Andre Work, the batter. On deck is Caden Neworth. And the pitch. And a hard hit ball to right field. And that is going to score a run more than likely. No, he's going to put on the brakes at third as that ball came back into the first baseman rather quickly, and that was probably a smart move, but that will load the bases once again here for the Astros with nobody out in the bottom of the third, and add another hit to the hit column. It's their unofficial 9th hit of the game, and stepping up to the plate here for the Astros is Caden Neworth, the catcher. Bases loaded. 10-0 lead, nobody out. And the pitch up high, and now that's going to come in. It's going to be 11-0. So that'll empty up first base as the runners will advance to second and third. And Malachi Wurmeyer doing a, hey, I'm going to test you. Astros certainly having fun down here, but they don't want to get a little bit over cocky because sports are sports and strange things can happen. We saw that a couple days ago when the Stars were up 8-0 and they ended up losing that game. 1-1 the count now here. It's 11-0 in favor of the Astros. They won their last game against St. Louis by this score, 11-0. Ball 2. St. Louis is one of the teams I have not had a chance to check out since I've been down here. Ball 3. Okay, so did he score or was he out? I don't know. Man. He did score.
Bunch of smart Alex in that dugout.
Well, like I said, they're having a lot of fun down here, and well, at the moment, as long as it doesn't bite them in the butt, I suppose they can have a little bit of fun. Swing and a miss there. It is Caden Neworth with a batter once again. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And let's, I think, do we update? No. So that runner comes in. So now there's 1 runner on third, and now another visit to the mound here for Loomis-Chaffee, as I think they might be in a little bit of disbelief here, being down 12 runs here in the bottom of the third. Three in the first, 7 in the second, 2 so far here in the third, and there's nobody out and a runner on third. Absolutely, Jim. They have looked spectacular this season. Just saw your chat on our YouTube chat. Certainly appreciate you chiming in on the chat. Hard hit ball. It's fair down the third. No, it's not. It's foul. I thought it was fair. The umpire was in my way, and he put his arms up saying it was foul. So I thought for sure that was going to be fair, but it'll go into the books as an unofficial strike. It'll remain a 2-2 count. You have to wonder how many North Dakota teams are watching the 2 Astros games we've been able to do so far. Up high for a ball. Now it's a full count. No. Did he walk? The scoreboard showed 2 and 2, and now, yep. Okay, so everything's a pitch behind, apparently. And we have runners on first and third now with the walk, and that brings up the next batter here for the Astros. It's the shortstop, Caleb Christensen. that one missed for a ball 1. About a week ago, I had one of the higher-ups in the Post 400 organization say it might be a little bit of a shaky year for the Stars this year, but he's pretty confident that they'll return in the next 2-3 years with a strong team. And if this Astros team here is any indication of proving that statement correct, I would say that he knows what he's talking about. But it's still early in the season. We'll see how they do against some of their North Dakota opponents here. So that one's fouled away for a strike. 2-1 the count now. But you certainly like what you see up front here from the Astros, that's for sure. Ball 3. I think the scoreboard operator is on par with the actual count. Seemed like he was off on the last 2 or 3 batters here, which is probably why the run scored when they thought it was a 2-ball count. But man, these players know what the count is, even if the guy running the scoreboard doesn't, and they score a run off that knowledge. That's very impressive. Strike, and 3-2 the count now. So a walk would load the bases once again. On deck here is Owen Shannon, and he walks, and now Owen Shannon will come up to the plate. So bases loaded once again. Nobody out. It's the second time in this inning that the bases have been loaded after a base becoming empty. And now Owen Shannon, the left fielder, batting 7th in the lineup, will try and bat in a couple of teammates here. And the pitch, and that comes in for a strike. That was a nice pitch there. I wish I knew that guy's name. Nothing in 1. And the windup in the delivery. Ooh, that's up high, and the runners will hold at their bases. And that's a little chopper to second, up to second, now back over to first. They got him, double play. Run will score, and that leaves a runner on third with the double play, 2 outs, and now it's 13-0. And stepping up to the plate here is Jack Demers, the first baseman. So once again, a runner on third. That's the only runner on base right now for the Astros after that double play. Ball 1. And I personally, out of the games that I've seen the Astros play this year, I personally don't think it's the opponent. I think the Astros are just that good, to be 100% honest with you. Some of these Astros played on the Dirt Dogs, which is a level below the, holy, that is a deep shot to center field. And that one will roll all the way to the warning track. It'll be juggled, and it'll be an RBI double as another run scores. And it's now 14-0. And as I was saying, the Dirt Dogs are a level below the Comets. So it's Stars, Astros, Comets, Dirt Dogs. And the Dirt Dogs just had some ridiculous wins last season. Like, we're talking 15-0, 20-0, 25-0, 27-2, 28-3, 18-4. I mean, it was just crazy final scores like that. I'm not sure if the Dirt Dogs were undefeated, but with scores like that, it wouldn't surprise me if they were. It's one of the teams from Post 400 that we don't necessarily provide coverage for. It's kind of like in the major leagues, you have the minor league teams and you send players down and you call players up from the minor league team. That's kind of what the Dirt Dogs are. The Dirt Dogs are just have fun and play the game, and when you're old enough, you'll get to one of the other 3 teams, kind of a deal. So. And that one's hit to center. Oh, and at the warning track is caught, and you hear some, bummer noises from the fans, but that'll end the inning. End of 3, and it's 14-0 in favor of the Astros. And we'll never know if there's a 15-run after 3 rule now, because it's 14-0. We'll play through 5 for sure, and we'll be back with the top of the 4th here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network in just a moment.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, well, we're an hour and 15 minutes into the broadcast. The broadcast that we started 1 pitch into the bottom of the 1st, so the game's probably close to an hour and 20, hour and 25. And we're heading into the top of the 4th now with the Post 400 Astros leading 14-0 here at Teamwork Field in Vero Beach, Florida. And I believe Renas is still on the mound. I didn't take, yes, he is, yeah. That one's popped up, and that should be a possibility for the shortstop there to make the catch. And he will drop it. So that'll be an error. That doesn't happen too often, but fair is fair. And okay, apparently the error button's programmed to the wrong team. And no, we did not do that on purpose, but as a joke, some might accuse me of doing that on purpose, but that certainly was not. So mental note, when I get to my hotel tonight, fix the error button to make sure it goes to the right team. Pitch is high for a ball. It's 1-0. Astros won 11-0 in, I believe, in 6 innings, if I remember the text. Oh, actually, let me just look back at the text right now, and I'll tell you for sure if it was 5 or 6. It was Astros win 11-0 in 5. So it was a 5-inning game for the Astros against St. Louis, and here they're tacked on 3 additional runs, and they were here in the top of the 4th. And that one's hit to right field. That'll be a base hit. I'll get a runner on. At least the hit button goes to the right team. been staying in hotels outside of the Vero Beach area over the past few days because the prices in the city limits of Vero Beach are monstrously expensive, if that's even a word to use with another word. But I travel 20 miles to Palm Bay and you can save about $800 a night. Throw out to second, they'll get the force out there, and now runners on the corners. 1 out. But since we have a game bright and early tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, that's 9 o'clock for our friends back in North Dakota, or any of our friends in the Central Time Zone for that matter, including our friends down in Texas. And a little hopper that'll sneak its way into center field, and they'll get on the board. A run will cross, and another hit, and it's 14-1. So as you can see, the Astros are not invincible, but they make it tough, that's for sure. So runners on first and second now. 14-1 is Loomis-Chaffee, who looks to maybe pull in another run or two this inning. If they can score 4 more runs, then we'll see the 6th inning. In theory, I'm guessing the Astros will score a few more runs between now and the 5th, but we'll see. Ooh, went too far on that swing, and it's 1-1. Two and one now. I tried to frame it in the strike zone, but the umpire didn't go for it. And as a result, it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And as I say that, I hit the strike button, but and there's a strike. So now it's a full count. Maybe the umpire just wanted to make it look interesting here. I don't know. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 runners on, and a 13-run lead here for the Post 400 Astros. And a walk. That'll load the bases. Here's an interesting nugget for you. In today's games, the Astros and Stars are 3-1, and combined they've crossed the plate 47 times. That's just today. That does not include yesterday or the day before. It's just today. The Astros and Stars have combined for 47 runs in their 4 games today and have won 3 of those 4 games. As we have a visit to the mound here, is once again, if I zoom in slowly, that's not going to work this time. Maybe I'll try again here. And like I said, you zoom in slowly, and it's like the chain link fence isn't even there. So Renas will deliver a strike. I think some of the Astro fans weren't 100% on board with that walk that was issued by the ump, but I don't think it's bothering them too much right now either. So there's a ball that was, you know, underneath the shoulders in the strike zone, but still a little high for a ball, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the base is loaded here for Loomis-Chaffee. And the pitch. That one's definitely a ball. It's 2-1. And there's right back, and he'll throw to home for the force out, up to first for, no, that's going to be an error. And now a run will score as a result of that throwing error. They'll get the second out, but a run will score, and the error button doesn't work, so. Post 400 with 2 errors now. It could have been worse. It could have been 14-3 with 2 outs instead of 14-2 with 2 outs. So it could have been worse. Here's Renas with the pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Pitch, and that's cranked out into center field, and no, he cannot make the catch. Semenko tried, and he almost had it. But now 2 runs will score, and it's 14-4. So the Astros are going to have to get through the next inning and a half without allowing Loomis-Chaffee to score if they want to end this one in the 5th. Otherwise, we'll go to the 7th, and we'll actually go 1 inning at a time, because the 10-run rule would still apply at that point. And it's not that I want the opponent to lose by 10, but it's 1 hour, 24 minutes so far, and we're still in the 4th inning, and that's normally a time of a game. So, and there we go, and there's the throw at first, and that will bring us to the middle of the 4th. So with that said, they get 4 runs, and now the Astros need 1, or that they just need to hold the score at 14-4 to end this game in the next inning, but they'll have a chance to add some insurance runs on the bottom of the 4th, and then the Pelicans will have at minimum 1 more chance in the top of the 5th when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, welcome back. It is 14-4 in favor of the post 400 Astros here over the Loomis-Chaffee Pelicans. Into the middle of the fourth we go, and the 10-run lead. They'll look to extend it here, and the first pitch is fouled away down the third base line for a strike. Chase Lura, I believe, is the batter. And it is Chase Lura, and I overheard during the break a new pitcher, so I'm guessing the Pelicans have a new pitcher on the mound. And that is in for a ball, 1-1. I want to say hi to Sean, watching from, I believe, maybe, I know he was traveling down to Arizona the other day. I'm guessing he might be there by now. That one's hit up high left field and going back and caught across the foul line. Nice catch there by the outfielder for Loomis-Chaffee. Once again, if you're just tuning in, I do not have lineup cards. And if I did, there's no jersey numbers to match them up with, so not sure who's playing out there for Loomis-Chaffee. And fortunately, I did have help from the Loomis-Chaffee broadcaster for the 18U game that was played right before this one, but didn't get over due to the 9 innings of that game. During the 9 innings of that game, we got to this game a little bit late. This is, let's see here, they got another new batter in there. It's Eli Claus. And that pitch will come in for a strike. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to Eli Claus. 14-4. 10-run rule will apply if this lead holds or builds between now and the bottom of the 5th. Outside, 3 balls and a strike now to Eli Claus. On deck is Joe Gould. And upstairs, and that's a ball, and a runner on first. Nobody out, or 1 out, excuse me. One ball, no strike here to Joe Gould. I don't know why I forget the U in there, but and Gould will duck down for ball 2. On deck is Andre Work. There's a strike. Wind up in the 2-1 deliveries. High for ball 3.
Hey, 1 pitch, 1 spot here, Joe. Way off, Joe. Come on, 7 spot.
And there's ball. There's strike 2, I guess. And there's a hit for Gould, and he'll get the first. It's a single. 2 runners on now, and that will bring up at Andre Work.
Let's go, Dre.
I don't know if he likes rap music, but something tells me a Dr. Dre song would be his walk-up song if they had music here. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But we'll go with it for now until he tells me otherwise. I'm sure he'll listen back to this broadcast and come up in some point in the season and tell me if I was accurate or not. I believe it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The operator has failed to upload the first pitch, but I'm going to go with 1-1. Wind up in the delivery. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. On deck is Caden Newarth. 1 away, 2 runners on, first and second. Now, if that would have stayed fair, that would have been a 3-run homer.
Oh, Jess has got her arms up.
Hey, here we go, great battle now, kid.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike, and no, it's not a drop third strike. He will just be out. It's a strikeout. Looked for a moment that, thought for a moment there that the referee may have called it foul potentially, but he's saying it's just a plain old strikeout. So it puts out number 2 on the board. Runner advances to third from second, so runners on the corners here for the Astros, and Caden Newarth is up to the plate. There's a strike. You may have heard somebody say in our crowd mic that was in the dirt. I agree with them. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. On deck is Caleb Christensen if Newarth can get on base. Here's the 0-2. Got him. Strikeout. That ends the 4th. They leave 2 stranded on base. And it's the first time they have not scored a run in an inning. We move to the top of the 5th. If the Pelicans don't score 1, the game's over. We'll be back and see if they can get that one when we return after this here on Magnitude.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know that at Clothes Mentor, you can shop great designer brands without the full designer price, and that you can bring your gently used items into Clothes Mentor and sell them for cash on the spot. Here's something else you should know. Buying and selling at Clothes Mentor aids in water preservation, reduces chemical pollution, decreases landfill waste, boosts your local community. That's right, it's resale, and it's better than retail. Be green and kind to the environment by selling your clothing and buying sustainable fashion for yourself.
All right, there's a good look at Jackson Hammerman is what I was told to say. Jackson Hammerman taking over on the pitcher's mound here for the Astros, and looking to end this one here. As long as he can prevent the Pelicans from scoring a run, the game will be over here after the top of the 5th. And the first pitch to the first batter is in for a strike. Nice first pitch there by Jackson Auerman. And Ammerman will wind up and deliver strike 2. That was maybe a little high, but we'll take the strike. And the 0-2 pitch is low for a ball. Kevin chiming in on Facebook. He says, "Come on, Jack, throw strikes." Well, so far he's thrown 2 of them on 3 pitches, and now it's even up at 2-2. So maybe, Kevin, if you send another message saying send pitch balls, he'll pitch strikes again. Because ever since he said that, he's thrown 2 balls. A little chopper that will... I thought it was fair, but I guess it was not, and I guess it was foul, and we'll do it over again. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no runners on, nobody out. 14-4 here in the top of the 5th. And here's the 2-2 pitch, and that is just a little bit high. Now that second strike was just as high as that pitch there, and now it's a 3 balls, 2 strikes count. Wind up in the delivery. Swung on, a little chopper. Right back to Ammerman. He'll let that one roll foul, and I don't know, I would have just picked it up and got the out, but I'm not him, he's him, and he's not me, so. All right, 3-2 pitch. Number 2 coming up here, and now Kevin just messaged in saying pitch balls. So let's see what happens here. And no, it didn't work. I'm sorry, Kevin. Certainly looked like a decent pitch to me, but not this time around. So sorry for the bad advice there. So runner on first now for the Pelicans. The run they need is on base. Up high for a ball. 1-0. And that is low for ball 2. There's a strike. 2-1.
Go Jackson!
And that one hit out into center field, into the glove of the second baseman, and that is out. Number 1, they tried to throw it back to first, but they did not get the runner. He is safe. And so it's now 1 out. And Amron will try again with the next batter here. Just a little bit low. Maybe left his hand a little bit early on that pitch. Didn't quite get the grasp and control he wanted on it. And now the 1-0. He'll try and rebound, and it's another one into the dirt. So 2 balls, no strikes now to the next Pelicans batter. With a runner on first and 1 out. Ammerman sets, gets the signal here from Kress. Check that. I almost said the wrong catcher's name. I was thinking of the Stars. Newarth, the catcher for the Astros, and a quick glance at first. Now he'll set and deliver the 3-0. There's in for a strike. He cashes in his free strike coupon. 3-1 the count now. 1 away, 1 on. 14-4. Pelicans need to score a run in 2 outs or less to keep this game going. And that's grounded foul towards the Astros dugout. Good for strike 2. And Ammerman looking to get his team 1 out closer to a win here on this pitch. See if he can deliver a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout here on this pitch. 3-2, he'll set and wind and deliver the payoff. And it's into the dirt, and he'll walk them instead. Two runners on. If he hits to a positional player, that potentially sets up a double play. And that one's low for a ball. So throwing maybe too many more balls than his fan base would like him to toss. See if he can break out of the struggle here. And the 1-0, there we go, is apparently not a strike. Must have missed to the outside, but strike zone at the moment appears to be the width of a baseball. And the pitch. There you go, got it. I think the last one was identical to that, and 2-1. Oh, I cannot believe this. That should have been a ball. I'm almost confident. I mean, I'm not right behind the plate, but from my vantage point, that looked high and in. 2-2 the count. And there it is, a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout for Jackson Hammerman. And that is 2 away, and now the Astros are out away from winning this game. Pitch. In for a ball. Swung and got a piece of it. Even up the count at a ball and a strike apiece. Ball 2. And as we approach the 2-hour mark of this ball game now. 1 hour, 59 minutes to be exact. There's a strike, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Can he end the game before the 2-hour mark? There's a Buffalo Wild Wings strikeout, and that, my friends, is your final score. 14-4 in favor of the post 400 Astros. And that will do it. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. We don't know if it'll be the Stars or the Astros playing. The Astros are scheduled to play Rutgers, and the Stars are scheduled to play nobody right now, but they are trying to get the Stars a game. So from my understanding, the Stars, if they can get a game at 10 o'clock, then the Stars will play, and we'll have the Stars for you here at 10 o'clock in the morning. If they cannot get a game at 10 o'clock, then the Stars will not play tomorrow. The Astros will play Rutgers, and we'll have the Astros-Rutgers game for you here on Magnitude Sports tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., which will be, to the best of my knowledge, the final broadcast from Florida. And then, and that will pretty much do it. Kevin from Texas, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the messages on Facebook. Jim from Denver, thanks for chiming in on our YouTube chat. And for everybody else who watched, whether you're an Astros fan or a Pelicans fan, if you watch both games from start to finish, we certainly appreciate you watching. We know it didn't end in the way that you hoped it would end, but the game is now over, just inside a couple minutes of 2 hours. Official time, I may have been a little bit sarcastic earlier, but official time of the game, 1 hour, 49 minutes is the official time of the game. So that'll do it. 14-4, one more broadcast. Either the Stars or Astros. We'll try and update you on our social media as soon as we know, but we don't know yet. It'll be the Astros and Rutgers. If the Stars don't get a 10 o'clock game, we'll have a game for you at 10 o'clock for one of the two teams tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you again soon here on Magnitude Sports.
Proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.